Working in a jail can be a spooky thing in itself, but let me tell y'all about the time that I saw an inmate that wasn't there. I was still very much a new boot officer at the time, aka rounds bitch, so that's what I was doing, just making my rounds. And our housing numbers were down that particular day, which means we weren't housing that many inmates. So we decided to take the inmates that were in a couple of different tanks, because there weren't that many, and just move them to other tanks. So that meant we had empty tanks. So I'm at the end of my round at the last tank in the male housing section of the jail where we have just moved inmates out of. So it should be empty. So I scan the tag on the outside of the door, I open the window deal and look in, make sure that we didn't miss anybody on this inmate move and that all is well in the tank overall. And the first thing I see looking back at me is an inmate wearing a white tank top, orange jumper pants, and orange slides sitting on the table closest to the door. And he is just mean mugging the fuck out of me. Keep in mind, I knew there wasn't supposed to be nobody in this damn tank, so feet don't fail me now, cause I hauled ass back to booking as fast as my tiny ass feet would carry me, and I left skid marks in the process. I get back to booking out of breath and all, I slam my damn hand on the desk, and I ask my corporal who the fuck is in pod 11. My corporal looks at me absolutely dumbfounded and goes, "Nobody's in pod 11, we just moved everybody out of there." So I tell him what I have just seen, and his only solution was for me to go to control and sit down with the control officer and put the cameras side by side of me in the hall and the one in the tank. So that's what I did. We put the footage side by side, and at the exact time I was in the hall doing a round on that tank, we watched inside the tank, and there was nobody there. A couple hours later, I was telling the kitchen officer what I had seen, and he went white as a sheet when I described the inmate because he said that same ghost rushed me over in the freezer. And after some further research, the inmate/ghost that I had seen was an inmate that had gotten removed from the census at the old jail. And unfortunately, that was not the last of my paranormal encounters and corrections, but if y'all want to hear about those, let me know in the comments.